This is a setup for two-seater plus bed. Type Honda Stepwagon and Nissan Serena and similar. It must have a sink. I have a hand pump, but you can use electric pump. It pumps water from fresh water tank and flushes used water, grey water, to wastewater tank. Both tanks have to be at least 24 liters for two-seat vehicle. If you have more seats, plan accordingly. This is a guide for a smaller self-contained car. The pump pumps water from the fresh water tank from the bottom of the tank. Both the hose and the container have to be food grade, non-transparent. It means that the light doesn't penetrate the hose or even a tank. This is something I want to mention. I was not sure if it has to be airtight or not. I drilled a hole and there can be some space, but it should be fitted properly. Same with the vent. The vent here in fresh water tank, I drilled a hole and glued it together. Grey water tank cannot have just a simple vent like this. So this is a mistake. I used garden fitting. This is my vent. Garden fitting can have normal hose, normal garden hose, doesn't have to be food grade, and it ends up outside the vehicle. I made a hole, screwed it in, and cemented it with PVC glue to secure it a bit more. Then the hose should go higher than the inlet of water, that in this case a sink, and go around the area and then outside the vehicle. I was lucky and I didn't have to drill a hole into the car. I found one in the jack screw compartment, which is here. It can be opened. Yeah. I just made a little hole here. I clipped it off. There was a little hole that was secured with this. And where is it? Over here it ends up like that. If you want, put a mesh or a textile, in my case a material from a shopping bag, and secure it with a hose clamp. It prevents dust and critters to getting inside. The drainage of used water must have a smell trap. It's anti-odor. It traps the water. You can use the proper one, or as I didn't have space for it, I used flexible drain pipe, created a loop, and it has the same principle. Just be careful when dismounting because the water is kept here. Emptying the grey water or wastewater. The tanks are secured. Not sure if it's necessary, but probably yes. Unclip and then undo the drain system. In my case, I have to be careful. I don't want the water to escape. As mentioned before, you probably will have a bit different system, but when carrying the container to empty, it should be closed. So I have the extra lid. If you're curious how this piece works, I drilled a hole into original lid and fit this piece on top of it. I had to fit it properly, so I cut the edges to fit tightly and then used PVC glue. You will see about life expectancy, but it's pretty solid. Another thing worth mentioning is rubbish bin. It has to have a lid. Location and size doesn't matter. Inspector wanted me to secure it. So here you go. Simple principle. The most discussed part is a toilet. I fixed the portable one. You can fix it by this gadget, or you can do it on your own. I used 2 brackets and fixed the handle to the wood, to the leg of my bed, like that. So the upper part sits on brackets, but there is still space to move it a bit up and down. So the used cassette can be removed. And it sits. It's fixed. Doesn't go anywhere. The 10-liter toilet met the requirements for 2-seater. I hope it helps. The bed doesn't have to be made, but you still have to have a space to sit on it. Bye bye.